So you're running a home care agency and growth is on your mind, right? Of course it is. But before you push that throttle forward, what's the one thing you absolutely have to do to make sure you soar instead of stall out? Well, it's what we call the Scaling Readiness Audit. And today we're going to break down why this is your agency's non-negotiable pre-flight check. So let me just ask you, point blank, is your agency truly ready for takeoff? And I mean, really ready. It's so easy to get swept up in that dream of more clients, more revenue, the whole shebang. But true readiness, that goes way deeper than just ambition. It's all about having a rock-solid foundation that can handle that growth without sacrificing the amazing quality of care that got you here in the first place. Look, when you decide to scale, you're basically standing at a fork in the road. Down one path, a smooth ascent. We're talking prepared systems, happy and supported staff, and clients who are absolutely thrilled. But the other path, that one's got some serious turbulence ahead. Think service gaps, a burnt-out team, and huge compliance risks because you tried to grow too fast. This audit, it's your flight plan to make sure you stay on that first path. And that's exactly where this whole idea of a scaling readiness audit comes into play. I want you to think of it just like a pilot's pre-flight check. It's a methodical, systematic process for laying out your flight plan. It's not just about wanting to get bigger, it's about mapping the course and making sure your ship is ready before you even think about leaving the ground. All right, first things first, we have got to check the airframe itself, the actual structure of your agency. This is your operational foundation. Let me tell you, if there are any cracks here, no matter how small they seem now, they will get a whole lot bigger under the pressure of growth. So this first section is all about making sure your core is absolutely solid. So what are we actually looking at here? Well, it's the fundamental stuff. First, your standard operating procedures, your SOPs. When was the last time you looked at them? Are they current or are they collecting dust in a binder somewhere? Second, do the policies you have written down actually match what your team is doing every single day? Because if they don't, that misalignment creates confusion and worse, inconsistent care. And finally, your documentation. Is it ready for serious scrutiny? Because compliance is one area where you just can't afford to mess up, especially when you're expanding. Okay, so the airframe is solid. Awesome. Now it's time to stress test your systems. If your foundation is the airframe, then think of your software, your scheduling, and your financial processes as your navigation and your fuel. These are the things that have to work perfectly, especially when you're about to carry a much heavier load. And when I say stress test, I mean it. Your systems need to be bulletproof. For real, what happens if you get 30% more clients overnight? Does your scheduling software just crash? What's your backup plan when a caregiver calls out? And on the money side, can your payroll system handle double the employees without making mistakes, like miscalculating overtime? These are the engine room questions that literally determine if you fly or if you fail. Let's be real. An agency is nothing without its people. And that brings us to what might just be the most important part of our pre-flight check, your team and how you all communicate. This is your crew and your cabin. Keeping them prepped, supported, and in the loop is everything if you want to maintain that excellent service during the, let's face it, chaos of expansion. Now let's talk about something that can absolutely make or break your growth, onboarding. You're going to be hiring, probably a lot. So is your onboarding process a well-oiled machine that pumps out fantastic, culture-fit caregivers every single time? Or is it kind of thrown together, a process that's just going to crumble when you suddenly need to hire 10 new people next month? Remember, scaling your team means you have to scale your excellence, and that journey starts right here. And of course, it's not just about your team. What about your clients and their families? That personal touch, that connection, is probably a huge reason for your success. So how on earth do you maintain that when your client list doubles? Your communication workflow, how you share updates, handle worries, and just build those relationships, it has to be flawless at scale. This is where you either solidify that loyalty for life or you risk losing it. Okay, we've audited the foundation, we've stress-tested the systems, we've prepped the crew. Now we're at the moment of truth. This is it, the final go or no-go decision. And as the owner, you are the captain of this flight. The final call, it rests with you. And this all boils down to one single core insight, and I really want you to let this sink in. Treat this as your agency audit, a final step before scaling. This is not just another item on your to-do list. This is the definitive step that turns a hopeful dream into a smart, strategic growth plan.
This audit is what gives you the rock-solid confidence to finally say, we are go for launch.
So there you have it. The audit is done. But this isn't the end, not even close. This is your new beginning. After going through this rigorous check, after being sure that your agency is ready for takeoff, there's really only one question left to ask. What's your destination? Because with your pre-flight check complete, you can now plan your future not on hope, but on the data-backed confidence that you are ready for the incredible journey ahead.